Dude, it's weird, man. I'm telling you, it's like, because what he's telling people on Shark Tank or did for 13 years, and now he doesn't have that show. So I think he just wanted to stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
$5 billion doesn't buy you importance or relevance. And people that have been relevant want to stay relevant. And so I think I thought he was just trolling Twitter in the beginning. I said, he's just trolling. This can't be true. He's just fucking with people. And then I'm like, oh no, he's simping. He is a damn pimp for Kamala Harris. And then I'm like, maybe he's just trying to get a job. And yesterday he came out and said he wants the SEC job.
It's a crazy world, crazy world. Somebody's gotta have to save you. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy world. Somebody's gotta have to save you.
So what do you, all right, so we're going to show some of the B-roll of the tweet exchanges that you guys have been having, because you're in it with Mark Cuban right now. That's what I was referencing up top. And everyone, I've fought with him on Twitter. Elon fights with him all the time. Something about him is extremely confusing to people because he sort of seems to make sense as a capitalist and what you see maybe on Shark Tank or what he was doing on Shark Tank. And then he's all about the DEI stuff. He's all about these weird economic policies, and no one can sort of figure out what's really going on there. So what the hell happened between you guys? Basically?
Well, I was just trolling him a little bit, right? So I put something up and he's like, hey man, do you ever do any fact checking or do you ever do any kind of research? And I'm like, bro, this is what I do on Twitter. I basically find information that supports my bias and my prejudice and I post it on X.
It's refreshingly honest.
And the fact that you can't admit that that's what you do, okay, just means you're dishonest. And that's all right with me. But, I am not going to put up surveys or statistics that support your side. I'm putting up mine. And he's like, you've done no research. You don't know what you're talking about. You've done, you know nothing. And I'm like, okay. So literally, he's emailing me back and forth. It's not DMs, right? And I'm like, well, that's fine, Mark. I mean, maybe I have no intelligence. I don't have a TV show. I'm not connected. I didn't have a startup that made $2 billion. But I live in America, dude.
Well, you did okay.
I live in America and I worked hard, and it just goes to show you don't have to be the smartest person. And you could still make it in this country. And I said, it's a shame that you and I are actually fighting about this when we should be working together.
Well, what do you make of that notion that people that get it, they clearly get it. The guy's created a lot of wealth, a lot of businesses, done successful things. Yeah. And then he's going on and on about DIE when he knows he would never have said, okay, 6 of my Mavericks players have to be white or Asian or something.
And he can't defend that either.
Yeah.
But he'll talk over you to try to sell the story. That's what he was doing on CNBC this morning. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he's a consummate salesperson. Maybe he's like, I'm going to sell this. Number 2, I said, look, I mean, I understand that Trump, you clearly you have a problem with him. And I know guys at that level, the egos get enormous and people want to be right. And I think he got dissed the same way Scaramucci did. And I think they're both hurt. And
Scaramucci was really in it with Trump.
Yeah. And these guys flip and they're going to go to the other side. And, dude, it's weird, man. I'm telling you, it's like, because what he's telling people on Shark Tank or did for 13 years, and now he doesn't have that show. So I think he just wanted to stay relevant. $5 billion doesn't buy you importance or relevance. And people that have been relevant want to stay relevant. And so I think I thought he was just trolling Twitter in the beginning. I said, he's just trolling. This can't be true. He's just fucking with people. And then I'm like, oh no, he's simping. He is a damn pimp for Kamala Harris. And then I'm like, maybe he's just trying to get a job. And yesterday he came out and said he wants the SEC job.
God, that's crazy. It's just
but he told me he doesn't want a job. He's like, no, man, I got a good deal. This is what I'm doing. It cost plus is bigger than that. But I'm like, yeah, but bro, like you're doing 5 and 6 interviews a day telling me I'm wrong to vote for Trump when the truth is the country was better off under Trump. Regardless of what Trump says, we didn't have any wars, as you know. Yep. Inflation was under 2%. Interest rates were 2%. homes were freaking, you could sell your home or you could buy a home. Right now, you can't sell your house.
Yep.
You can't buy a house. You can't refinance a house. All the equity, there's about $15 trillion worth of equity in this country that's frozen
That's just
in
stuck.
people's homes.
And so the main reason for that is interest rates, do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because basically people just can't borrow right now. It just doesn't make sense.
America, the most competitive, supposedly greatest, freest country in the world, has some of the highest interest rates of industrialized nations.
So
We're at 5.5%. Switzerland's at 1.25. Japan's at 1/4, and we're sitting at 5.5. We should not be at 5.5. We need to get to 4% again. Like if I was buying a home for your audience, I would not buy a home right now. I would wait for that $25,000 by the way. But that won't happen anyway.
Yeah. Pretty sure you're gonna need a little more than that for your home.
Yeah. But I would wait until interest rates breach 4% again. If I'm trying to buy something, I would do it on a lease option, not buy it today, have an option to purchase in the future. And if I'm trying to sell, I'm definitely not trying to sell unless you're going to offer some kind of special financial, creative finance.
So if you were the Fed or you were the Dems right now, to me, this seems like the easiest one. I am not an economic wizard, but I've done well with houses because I was basically able to buy with low interest rates. And to me, when you have a low interest rate, I like paying my mortgage. I'm like, I'm paying something that's going to grow and then I'm going to roll that into something else. Like there is value in it. And then you understand, the bank's going to make a little money off me, but not at 7.5%. So what are they doing wrong? That it seems like such an easy win.
Well,
to lower interest rates or make it or create the conditions so that people could borrow cheaper.
Yeah, I think they're trying to force 300 to 600 bank failures. I think they want to consolidate banks in this country. We have a lot of banks here.
So too big to fail to make them all bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
The remainder's bigger.
So
basically.
we have 5,000, somewhere between 4,700 and 5,500 banks in this country. Canada's got 18 or something. So I think they want to consolidate the banks, make the big bigger. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, those become the winners. The BlackRock gets to consume a Blackstone. Like the big have to eat big. They can't eat tiny little bites. So, and I that's what I think. I think that old saying about you'll own nothing and be happy about it, I think that that's actually in play. And I'm not a conspiracy guy.
For more insightful discussions on how to live the good life, check out our lifestyle playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a variety of topics, watch our full episode playlist, all right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.